Welcome to LSB Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
I'm John Maher, WABC News, now with a special one-time-only Lundy and Ingram show.
Ain't that the truth? Or Ingram and Lundy, whichever way you want to put it, sorry with me. It is 10:08 at WABC. Let's roll on, Lundy. I do want to remind you this special edition is being brought to you by LaSalle All-Natural Ice Cream. I just couldn't think of a better sponsor to go out with here at WABC than LaSalle Ice Cream. Everybody said I'm like ice cream anyway. So,
my English teacher used to drive a LaSalle, as a matter of fact, many years ago.
No. This is ice cream. Yes, indeed. This is
smooth. Rub it on your body. It feels good.
This is good. 1967.
Oh, are we at 67?
We're at 67.
What happened to 66?
I don't know. That was Bobby Hebb. That was sort of went out with him.
See. That was when the Wild Child started. It used to be the Wild Child.
Well, but that was so early. Everybody thinks that was a long time too. That was only for about 3 months.
That's my major market ashtray right here.
Time, right?
Anyway, it was 1967, and we had something called the Truck-a-Luck, which we used to run around town in and give away tons of prizes, and that's when the station became Music Pow Pow Power. Remember that?
Yep.
I remember it, too.
Unfortunately, I do remember
Yes, it was. And the strike was over, of course, at the end of 66, and that was about it in 67 was the Truck-a-Luck. That was fun. We got mobbed, I remember, on 125th Street, Lawrence Avenue.
Boy, yeah.
And it was nice. It was a nice kind of a mob, but everybody just wanted to touch and take a small piece of your jacket.
Prizes,
stuff like that. It was fun. It was scary, but it was fun. 67 was a very good year.
Didn't bother me. I don't know, man. Of course, not too much does bother me, Dan, basically, when you get down to it.
It took me 6 months to stop being able to say groovy after every sentence.
Lose that word. Well, as Dan Ingram would say, the Rascals.
Oh, did I? I did that for years, didn't I?
You really did. And the grooving, we like to never lost that word groovy.
Oh.
I'm glad we lost that. Bruce used to use it all the time. Groovy, gear.
Yo, he had that hernia of the throat. I love Bruce. One of the nicest guys in the business. We got to thank somebody who just happened to walk in who was here till 7 o'clock in the morning putting together the music for us. James Golden, who is probably one of the most erudite, intelligent young men in this business, who is a great man who knows music so well, has been our music director here, and will go on to be a producer, I believe, is in the new regime. And thank you, James, very much.
Thank you very much. Well, you got some great songs, too.
Yeah.
Got 1968 coming up, but let's have some ice cream.
LaSalle makes ice cream treats for kids. Parents love them too. Everyone loves an ice cream treat.
LaSalle's the one for you.
Now open wide and taste LaSalle. Watch your taste buds flip. We never waste a drop, always eat it neat. Never watch it melt, never ever let it trip. LaSalle all-natural ice cream, 6-pack of portable novelties. Try Dixie cups, cones, and ice cream sandwiches, chocolate sundaes, crunch and fudge bars. Orange juice bars with vitamin C. Fortified. Try LaSalle's great specialty packs. Give these ice cream bars a break and a bite and a lick. LaSalle's so yummy on the way down to your tummy. You'll make it all gone, disappear, lick it clean till there's nothing left but stand.
LaSalle all-natural ice cream.
Yeah.
We value good taste.
That's good stuff. I wish I had a spoon right now.
I love it. Hey, right over here behind me, Carl Albanese has got a half-a-gallon drum here. He's just putting his whole face in it.
Brings us up to 68.
1968.
The year Don McNeil's Breakfast Club was replaced by Roby Young.
Oh, yeah, and Rick Sklar took his dartboard off the wall with...
I remember the dartboard. The hour-long evening news block disappeared.
Everything disappeared.
Yeah, we dropped our pick hit, too.
Yeah.
No longer had a pick hit of the week, and we became the most music station.
Yeah.
And Roby and Chuck Leonard and Bob Lewis were also heard on WABC FM, surrounding the other Dan Ingram show.
I never knew they were on FM.
Yeah.
I knew you were on FM, but I never...
For a little while. I've forgotten the titles of the show. Bob Lewis is called Some Trust in Chariots, and Chuck Leonard's show was something people, singing people or swinging people or
I don't remember.
or adulterous people or whatever it was. It was some
I try to forget those things.
That was the year Herb Oscar Anderson left WABC and was replaced by Harry Harrison, who came over from the Good Guys. Harry's the luckiest guy in radio. He had just finished up at WMCA and segued neatly right to WABC.
That's right.
That's a nice way to do it.
Sure is.
Well, you do that too. You haven't been out of work a day in your life since you've been in radio. Have you?
No.
Never.
No. And I don't intend to start now. It's 10:15 at WABC. This guy, it was just a shame about him. He was such a good singer, and I think even before this record was released, he left us. He sure did.
Sure did.
Otis Redding. This is the Dock of the Bay. That's Otis Redding. That was 1968. What a great song. I never got tired of that song. It was about 4 or 5, I think, I've played all through the years. I never really got tired of it. I never got tired of that.
Tenderness, same guy.
I like that, yeah. That was really good. The Dock of the Bay, I just thought was an excellent song. It's 10:18 at 77 WABC. Hello! Good morning. That's Ron Lundy with my best friend in the whole world, Dan Ingram. Dan, we're up to 1969.
Yeah, and that was the day when, the year when Cousin Brucey walked in one day. He'd just been shopping and had bought a bunch of jockey shorts, and I had the weather forecast said brief showers, and he showered me with them, and I broke up completely. They were all clean too, which was nice.
Well, they were all in the package. They were brand new, you know.
And we had our Sock It To Me Summer of Fun with solid gold and prizes. That was the first year we won every other record gold.
That was 69.
That was 69. Roby Young had moved to the all-night show.
Roby on the radio.
And Roby, one night, decided that he felt that Paul McCartney was dead.
Oh.
And went on and did several hours of almost talk radio.
Yep.
And somewhere in the middle of the second or third hour, I have the tape at home. There are 4 records segued, and Bill Owen was suddenly on the air on the Bill Owen Show. Mr. Young was removed from the studio, as I recall, a couple of guards, and that was that.
Well, you know the thing about that, the night that Roby went, it was you couldn't get any phone calls in and out of the building because the lines were so jammed. You got to realize that at night this radio station, goes to Cuba south, and as far as you can go up in Canada to the north, it really packs a big signal. And everybody was calling in all over the country, and the lines were all jammed. No one could get in or out on the phones when that happened. And
Les Marshak replaced Roby.
Les Marshak certainly did. I guess Roby, you'd say, went out big, didn't he?
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
I like it better this way, myself.
I like it better this way, too.
Right.
1969. Yeah. What a year for blood and sweat and tears and all those wonderful people. 1970, everybody was a star, right? Everybody was a star. Everybody
That's right.
on the streets, everybody was a star.
Jay Reynolds came to WABC.
Now there's a star.
There's a star, and we went to Music Is Our Message and the Right On logo, if you remember. The Retro Rock Series. Jim Nettleton was here.
Nettleton, what a great guy.
The man who brought the stopwatch to WABC.
Yes, he did.
He certainly did. He was the guy that said, if you count down the intro and have a stopwatch, you can hit the vocal. I never used a stopwatch. I got this little clock in my head that for some reason God gave me, whatever that is. You can call it talent or what, but I was usually able to hit a vocal of a record I'd never even heard before for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, Jim was here and Jay Reynolds was here, and that was 1970. We had an extensive anti-drug campaign and put a lot of the victims of drug abuse on the air, and I hope did some good for some of the people who think drugs are funny, which they aren't. And I never really got into that sort of thing, thank God.
I know. Me neither.
No.
I never did. I just missed that, thank goodness.
Yeah.
That in a taxi has been a story of my life, missing all that in cabs. I can never seem to get a cab. It's 10:30 at WABC. I always thought I was your friend. Yeah, 1971.
You've got a friend.
Oh, Dan, we've had a lot of friends. WABC, Emily. By golly, I can't really wait to go on the network because you can imagine all the kids have grown up now and they're living out in Dubuque. And all
I've been getting mail from as far away as New Zealand from people saying, right on, good luck, that sort of thing. Which is kind of great. 71, that was 71, and that's the year that WABC began playing some LP cuts in addition to the top singles. We finally realized that, hey, there's a lot of other music out there.
More than 220.
Oh, yeah. Then 72 came along, and year of 72 was a grave bad year because that was the year Chime Time was retired. The bell was taken away, and I no longer salivated every time I played that record. True. Bong. Johnny Donovan started here at WABC in 1972.
10 years ago, John.
That's right. Yeah. And WABC's ratings in 1972 had a cumulative rating of 28%, the all-time high in New York. That was kind of fascinating. Can you believe that?
Imagine that.
Someone came to me and they said, well, what do you think? You got a 28 share in the afternoon. And I said, that means 72% of the people are not listening to me.
You're right.
And that's really what it's all about.
And you probably did say that, Dan,
I did.
If I know you.
Because I don't take that stuff seriously. You know what I take seriously? Every week, a little piece of paper leaves this building, goes to my agent's office. My agent, Don Buckwall, the best agent in the whole world, trims off 10%, and I get the rest. And that, when I want to buy a car, I can buy a car, and that's nice.
Well, I tell you, between Don Buckwall and Leo Kolak, our accountant, we haven't done so bad.
We do have pretty good people.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
I don't know. I find them and Dan keeps them. I don't know what it is. No, we've really been lucky. We really have. A lot of people, everybody asks me, say, well, gee, what was your most memorable in all this? It was just so much going on that I never realized that we were as big as we were, and still don't to this day, and I hope I never do, because...
Me either. I don't ever take it seriously.
No, you can't take it serious.
No, I enjoy doing it.
Of course, so the salespeople, they take it very serious, but...
we are here in a meretricious endeavor,
I'm telling you, we really are. Oh, give me some ice cream.
This important message for grown-ups is from us kids who spotted you secretly sharing our yummy LaSalle all-natural ice cream. And I don't mean LaSalle's economical pints and half gallons. No, this is much more serious. I'm talking about having to share our LaSalle specialty packs, like all-natural fudge bars, ice cream sundae bars, ice cream sandwiches, ice cream cones, and LaSalle orange juice bars fortified with vitamin C. The problem is, every time we turn our little backs, poof, no more LaSalle. Sure, the taste of LaSalle is irresistible, but please, hands off the kid stuff. Give us a break and stick to the pints and half gallons. And if you really can't resist, buy your own LaSalle ice cream bars. Because with LaSalle's low prices and the money you save not giving me an allowance, you can afford to buy extra. Got the message?
LaSalle all-natural ice cream. We value good taste.
And we do, too. It's 22 minutes before 11 o'clock at WABC. I love to say that. I'm not going to be able to say it much longer.
Yeah, that's true.
I just wonder how many times when we go on the satellite that I'll say WABC New York. I just wonder how many times.
Probably once.
That'll be it.
Okay, fella, hit the street.
Great big sign. Okay, Ron, now stop it. Okay, Rick, I don't do it anymore.
Out, damn call it. No, you can't say that.
Say hello, San Diego. It's 22 minutes before 11 o'clock, 1972.
Yeah.
Listen to the music.
While it lasts.
Well, yes, at 19 minutes before 11. Actually, the boys, Ross and Wilson, they'll be playing music in the morning.
Yeah, sure.
And they'll be on from 6 until 10 o'clock.
Ah, that's a good time.
Sure.
I wouldn't do 5 to 9. They wanted
They
me
wouldn't
to.
either. That's why they're coming on from 6 to 10.
73. That was the year Bob Cruz came to WABC. Took over the all-night duties. And Cousin Brucey had, something happened, and I have a little bit of memorabilia at home on my desk. It's a little tombstone, which Wolfman Jack set out, and carved on the tombstone. Bruce got the full-size one, and then little replicas were sent out. I have a replica. And it says, Cousin Brucey's days are numbered. Wolfman Jack is on the prowl.
But the Wolfman just couldn't cut it in New York.
Right. Cousin Brucey won the ratings battle with Wolfman Jack, although I think he didn't really get a fair shot. They had an awful lot of sports on
They
at the
did.
same time.
They really did.
He wasn't on the air half the time, and when he wasn't on the air, he was on tape, so it really wasn't a fair shot for him. But anyway, that was the way of the world in those days in 73.
It's the way of the world today, Dan.
Which is a great record by
Yes.
Earth, Wind & Fire, which we're not going to play.
1973, right?
Right.
A little peaceful.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, Eagles. That's a good song. That's 1974. This special edition of the Ron Lundy, Dan Ingram Show is being brought to you by our friends at LaSalle All Natural Ice Cream. Yum, yum. Dan?
I love their heavenly hash.
I know you do.
It's so good. I love to just roll it around in my mouth and let it melt and dribble down my chin and stain my tie and all that stuff.
You're such a mess.
74 was the year Cousin Brucey left WABC.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's true.
I didn't know he was gone.
Yes. But the echo goes on.
Oh.
George Michael was his replacement, and they had $25,000 buttons. Remember those? All over New York, people of all ages. And we also placed bumper buttons on cars everywhere. It was one of the first bumper sticker things. Had a little tiny WABC and a great big McDonald's on it, as I recall.
Of course.
Yes.
The big M.
Yeah. Bruce started acquiring radio stations. He now has 4 of them. As a matter of fact, he's doing very well. He said he's buying radio stations. He's surrounding New York City with radio stations like a noose, and someday he's going to tighten it up on us.
Well, you know what's going to happen? Bruce is going to get his limit of what the FCC will let him have. Then he'll go to television stations, and then he'll probably buy the Daily News. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, well, listen, someone should.
I'll be nice now. They've been very nice to us.
Listen, if I had the money, I would love to buy the Daily News, because, the one thing I've always wanted to do in my life is be a
Daily
reporter.
Planet.
I have never, ever been able to be a reporter. I can talk, but I can't write.
Yeah, look over here.
I really can't. Man's handing me his notes.
Now, really talking about the Daily News and the New York Times and Post and all the outlying newspapers, they've really been good to us.
Oh, yeah.
And
you want to know that? I'll tell you I can quote verbatim the first time I was mentioned. It was in Kay Gardella, I think, her column.
Yeah.
There was something on some Mayor Wagner was giving a speech, which we didn't carry. And
we're in music.
And the quote was CBS, OR, and they listed a whole bunch of stations elected to carry the mayor's speech. WABC elected to put on something called the Dan Ingram Show, which I thought was kind of nice. So I wrote her a note and said, "This is someone named Dan Ingram. I'm not a thing." And she sent a very nice note back.
I love it. 1974. Gosh, that's been, 8 years ago?
Seems that way.
Could it possibly be? I feel brand new today, Dan. It feels like I'm starting my career all over again.
Well, you are.
That's true. That's very true. It's 11 minutes before 11 o'clock at WABC. Darling, you make me feel brand new. 6 minutes before 11 at WABC. This is Ron Lundy with my best friend in the whole world.
Who's that?
You.
Oh, I thought you were my best friend in the whole world.
Why, you.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Yes, indeed.
75, according to my notes, nothing.
Oh, well,
in 1975.
something did happen in 1975.
Oh, what happened in 1975?
Neil Sedaka came back. We'll be getting into that in just a minute.
Every time I eat delicious LaSalle all-natural ice cream, it reminds me of my youth, my brother George, and some wonderful all-American ice cream stories. We value good taste.
Well, you can't get much better taste than LaSalle ice cream, and that's a fact.
Yeah,
Jack. I'll take that to the bank.
I'm sure we'll carve it in stone and all those great one-liners. Right.
No, Neil Sedaka.
What about Neil Sedaka?
Now let's not get into Neil. This is last day at WABC.
No, I think Neil Sedaka is a very talented man, brilliantly talented man. I just don't like him personally. That's all.
I like him. I remember.
You're much nicer than I am.
I like Neil Sedaka. Neil Sedaka wrote this song. It was a.
You're going to play a Neil Sedaka song now?
Yes, I am. And he wrote this
cold.
song.
You're really cold, my friend.
1975, Captain and Tennille. No one knew who the Captain and Tennille were.
Well, it's a song he wrote. We don't have to listen to him.
Yeah, but they say Sedaka's back.
Well, that's I always ask what's the ugliest thing in showbiz right before they do that.
And this is Tony Tennille and Daryl Stratton. Captain Tennille. This was 1975.
Love will keep us together.
What's the ugliest thing in showbiz?
You had to do that, didn't you? You had to do that. play the good guy. Dan and me would have been great cops. You know, I'd always been the good guy. Dan would have been the bad guy. Actually, it's the other way around. Dan is really the good guy here. I'm the bad guy.
No, I'm the All-American. You were the good. No, I was the good guy, and you were the All-American.
The All-American.
Well, I don't think there's much more we can get out of that line.
I don't think so either. I don't want to get much more out of it. We're going to be coming back with 1974. First, we're going to take out a little bit with, gosh, John, I guess this might be our last newscast, huh? I mean, with you, anyway, fella.
I'll still be here while you guys are flitting through the satellites.
I know. To the world.
Stalwart.
Yes, John, I guess you'll still be smoking that funny stuff in your pipe. I don't know. John,
what is that? The Daily News? You got to know?
It is. Well, actually, what he does, you see, he takes the funnies from the Daily News, and he mixes it together with the editorial page of the Times, and then he takes the back sport page of the Post, and that's what he smokes.
He only smokes the pages with the red ink.
Of course. That's why he's such a funny dude.
Connoisseur.
It is time for the news. It's 11 o'clock at WABC New York with my buddy John Maher. John?
While you guys are having fun, Mayor Koch was spending this morning outlining his new $15 billion budget, first to the city council, then to reporters.